And then obviously economic development and trying to attract new business to the state.
Now, just taking a step back into the city, crime, Chris, we know this is a huge issue, and it is, a concern for the constituency. What legislation would you propose to kind of get a handle on this?
Well, I don't know that we necessarily need new legislation, but we might need more or better enforcement of our current laws that are on the books. You had asked me about my church affiliation. Just, it's within the last month, 8 o'clock in the evening, I was leaving church and I heard sirens going off, and I ended up seeing, a young child laying in the street. Very disappointing to know that he'll be paralyzed for the rest of his life. It's such a tragic. Our streets cannot be the playgrounds for our children. We need to address the issue of crime. We need to set higher standards for ourselves. We need to reach a little bit higher than what we are now. But at the same time, we need to reach out to each other and embrace each other. The problems are multiple. They're multidimensional problems.
Yeah, I certainly would have to agree with that. Just on a local level, I see you at city council meetings.
Yeah.
How often do you attend those meetings?
Well, my city council person is Sheldon Neely, so we always he and I kind of kid around as to who's missed more meetings, and I have. I think I've missed 3 in the last 2 years, and he's missed 1. But so I'm pretty much at all the meetings, and I go to the meetings just to get a better feel of the heartbeat of the city. And I know that in the last 5-6 years I've attended more meetings than my opponents in total in which they've attended. Is that a criteria to run for office? No, but I think you get a real understanding of what's going on in the city and the problems that are facing our city.
Certainly, I would certainly have to agree with that. Now, I may be incorrect, but I personally haven't seen any collaboration with city council people and people in state rep, or even Mr. Stanley on the county level. Do you think there should be more collaboration with the local office opposed to the state rep?
There needs to be, yes. They need to work in conjunction with each other, and they may do that now, kind of, let me say, behind the scenes where the public just is unaware of it.
Okay.
But yes, there needs to be that working of what Lansing is doing and how that will affect Flint and Genesee County, without question.
Okay. It's a very good question here. The Michigan Public Service Commission has stated that the residents or the consumers will have a 2% increase in their monthly utility bills. How would you address that if you become the candidate?
Well,
rep?
That is coming about now because what they're saying out of Lansing is that businesses have been paying more than the true cost of the electricity. Basically, they've been subsidizing the utility customers, the residential customers. What I would propose is that we have a discount for those who are using utilities at off-peak hours. And what that will do, it will, I believe, spur economic development in a different time frame that we're used to now. So people will be able to maybe open their stores at different hours at a reduced cost. But more importantly, what this would do would reduce the demand of that electricity at peak hours when people are home in the evening, taking showers, laundry, and businesses are still open. And by offering that discount and moving the usage off of peak hours, it would reduce the need for new utility plants in our state.
Okay. And just taking a step back to the city issues, the issues that are plaguing Flint, how do you think that Lansing has failed us? What do you think they have not done to address the issues that are unique to this city?
Well, one of the things, going back to last year's budget, I think that had been passed quicker, it would give our universities, our secondary education more time to plan for what they need to do. I'm not one to, Lansing has discussed what our state bird should be. It's the robin, and they're talking about changing it from the robin to a different type of bird. I don't believe that we need feel-good legislation right now. Our problems will come from an economic solution, not a political solution. So Lansing needs to focus on the things that are truly important to the residents, and I believe it's economics, it's crime.
They make a very good point. As far as your campaign goes, are there any fundraisers, anything specifically you would like us to know specifically about your campaign?
It's a grassroots campaign. We're always looking for more people to get involved, and people are getting involved. The door-to-door campaign aspect of it will be starting shortly here. I'm finding that if people listen, that they kind of think, they believe that we need a change. I believe the politics of old need to change. I believe newer eyes looking at something will certainly help.
Yeah. Now, there has been some speculation or some talk about one of your running mates and Brenda Clack switching seats, and they talk about this as old politics. How do you address that, or how do you feel about that?
Well, it's obvious that that's what the attempt is. My opponent from the county commissioner seat, he is also running for Brenda's seat, and Brenda is running for his old seat. And we see that happening quite often here in the county. Whether it's good or bad, I don't know. But again, I believe it's going back to being able to look at things through different eyes. A quick example would be in the city of Flint right now. They're having a problem with parking in the downtown streets. And we actually have some of the same. We had a parking problem downtown Flint 30 years ago. They were trying to figure out, do we parallel park, angle park, how do we do this? And we have some of the same players trying to figure out how to do that parking problem today. Mm-hmm. And so, yeah. Your question as well, take it.
Yeah. Fresh new ideas is the name of the game, I guess you should say. How do we get in contact with you, Chris?
Well, my phone number here in Flint is area code 810-767-2733. Any mailings I'm taking through Post Office Box 338 in Flint, Michigan 48501, and or probably at a city council meeting.
I see you there all the time. Okay, if you had one last try to galvanize all your voters, why should we vote for you on August 5th?
I'm trying to bring the community together. We need to reach for higher standards. We need to reach out to each other, and then we need to embrace each other. The name of my campaign is Community Campaign for Unity to elect Chris Delmorone. And if we fail in bringing our city together, then I think our city really will fail.
I agree. Is this the last stop for you? Say, for instance, you are elected. Are you going to try to go higher in politics? Are you truly doing this for the community effort?
I'm doing this for the community effort. If different things were going on within the city and within the state, the chances of running or of me running, I may not have. But I believe with my set of skills and my background,